All right, sportsmen and historians. Today is a little bit of family history, my family history up here in Idaho. Where I'm at right now, see this red building back here. This was an old restaurant years ago. And my great aunt Addis ran a fishing spot here. And when the restaurant was functioning, she ran the restaurant. It was a very seasonal thing, but during salmon season, people would come here and park, and sometimes they would camp, and she would charge them a fee to come out and fish off the top of that rock. Now I'm going to walk around here a little bit, see if I can see this a little bit better. Obviously I'm not going to go through a gate that says no trespassing and it's locked, but people would camp up here in this parking area or just come up here for day use. And you could walk down. Keep an eye out for rattlesnakes here. And get right on top of that rock, and you can see that water swirling around. There's a big deep hole right at the base of that rock. Actually, it wraps all the way around. You can see how it's swirling here. And I came up here 44 years ago and then 42 years ago. And we camped out up here for about a week. And it's a lot of fun. The kids that were all up here, there was always a lot of kids that were around, but we would go back behind this building, and there's a trail that goes around and comes down below that high rock that you can see there. And then, hopefully I'm pointing in the right place, right in that gap where this rock sticks out like that and the bank comes around and comes up the hill, there's a little beach down there. Now it's probably completely underwater right now because the river's really high. But the kids would go down and hang out down there, and when the fishermen were on top of the rock, and I've seen 20 men fishing on top of that rock, just shoulder to shoulder. When they would catch a salmon, they would get around and they would get their line over to the kids that were down there on the beach, and the kids would pull them in and get the fish all clean and everything, get their line out so that they could keep fishing. And we'd get the fish cleaned, and then we would bring them back up, and you know, we always got like a buck or something or a soda for getting their fish undone for them. But this was known as a pretty fantastic fishing spot on this river. I want to try and find out what's going on with this building. Again, like I said, I got a lot of family history in this area. Both of my grandparents were born, on my mother's side, were born in Idaho. They met here in Idaho. My great-grandfather had a big ranch just south of Stanley in a little place called Smiley Creek. But my aunt came up here for years and years and years and ran this spot. And boy, this was a lot of fun to come up here and see some of the fish. I don't know if I can find it, but somewhere I got a picture of my uncle and myself. We're both standing there. We're holding these salmon up. The mouth of the salmon is at our chins and the tails are almost on the ground. We've got some big, big fish out of here. I don't know if they're getting fish that big anymore, but yeah, this was a pretty great spot. And then you follow around the river, you see how it makes this bend to the right. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it from that far away. I don't have this set up so that I can zoom in. But there's a bathroom right out there where this hillside comes down, and you can, I don't know, you can barely see the river coming around it, but there's a bathroom right there. And then there's a large mound back behind it. Now that's called Dead Man's Hole. It's another really popular fishing spot, and that's a state campground that's right there. And you know, there's a lot of camp spots. You can camp, spend the night there. Actually, I don't know if there's overnight camping anymore. I think it's just day use. But another big rock that people stood on and fished in a big deep hole. Yeah, I just remember a lot of fun being up here and running around the desert and eating salmon all the time and camping out here. Just pretty awesome stuff. I'm going to try and catch up with the owners of this property and see what's going on with this. Who knows? Maybe we'll resurrect my my great aunt Addis's memory and open this place back up and get people fishing here again. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this little piece of personal history and a little information about the Idaho salmon fishing. Again, you know the routine. Comment, like, subscribe, share this with your friends, tell people. And in case you haven't seen it yet, I do have a Patreon account set up and linked to my YouTube account. I'm going to be having some exclusive content, some early previews of videos and whatnot on Patreon. So be sure and hit that link over there for Patreon and check it out. All right, have a great day.